about nothing more than the apocalypse.
End of the world!
Now, recently, last month, there was the whole issue about May 21st being the end of the world, but obviously, today being, what's today again? June 6th?
Yeah.
June 6th or whatever. You know what? I should have probably looked. Yeah, June 6th. I probably should have looked at that before we started, right?
Don't worry about it.
Yep, it's all good.
We got another one coming. Well, we got the 2012 one.
Yeah.
I know there was a movie for that, but
but you know the guy who predicted the May 21st, he says that the rapture already happened on the 21st of May, but the actual the true shitstorm is going to happen on October 21st of this year.
just for those people that don't know, this is the rapture is when you ascend up to heaven. Basically, you float.
Well, yeah, when Jesus comes down and says, "Hey, I want you, and you, because you guys are good guys. I want you to come with me, but everyone else, you guys are very sinful, and you get to stay here."
Yeah, and basically wait for the final battle between Christ and the Antichrist.
Yeah, you could wait for the true shit to really happen for the next 7 years. But in this case, the rapture has already supposedly happened. Okay.
I didn't see any people floating up to the heavens, but
yeah. So apparently, so it didn't happen, or all of us must be sinners, because none of us went up there. We must all be freaking sinners. Anyway, and did you know that the 21st of October is supposed to be the true, is when the shit storm is going to happen.
So enjoy your summer if you
believe exactly.
in this.
Yeah, exactly. But anyway, aside from all that fun stuff, like I said, we're going to talk about just generally apocalyptic things. So I think the first thing we want to talk about is, Ben, when you think of apocalypse, what is one of the first things you would think of when you think of apocalypse?
I usually think of some kind of massive natural disaster.
Okay.
Usually, well, a lot of people think of the meteorite thing, but that's not really a natural disaster as much as
yeah, it's just a big devastation of every life of life on Earth.
Yeah, we're talking about something that actually happens on Earth that, of course, like the 2012 thing where the free tectonic movement where the tectonic plates started shifting around, everything started going all over the place.
Kind of like we do in the movie by the same name, 2012.
Exactly, that's what I'm saying. Yeah, that's usually what everyone thinks of. That's why we think of movies like Armageddon and Deep Impact and such like that. But Armageddon doesn't have to always be natural. It could be the zombie apocalypse or the aliens or whatever.
When you look at what the last couple that you brought up, the alien apocalypse, zombie apocalypse, those are just more fun things. But that's what's almost so fun about it is taking the idea of the apocalypse and how crappy that is, and oh god, there's a bunch of people behind us. Oh, that's fine, we're outside, whatever. Anyway, the idea though is that you look at say the zombie apocalypse. That's a very oh crap, but it's also kind of fun at the same time. Just to imagine, holy crap, because it's so original and it's so different from the standard view of the apocalypse.
Not to mention the fact is, if you think about a zombie apocalypse, it means you get to kill every celebrity you've ever hated because they're most likely going to get turned into a zombie.
Including, if you have seen Zombieland, you'll understand this completely, Bill Murray.
Except I don't hate Bill Murray, so I probably
wouldn't
kill
kill his
that's
zombie.
True. I'd probably let his zombie run around.
But in the movie of Zombieland, of course, they got to actually shoot Bill Murray. But even though it sucks, Bill Murray's a really cool guy. But how cool would it be to actually be able to take a shotgun to someone's face? Yeah, and it has to I don't know, Madonna. I'd love to take a shotgun to the face of Madonna. Pow!
I'm sure people would rather want to take on the president.
Oh, Obama. You know what? That's a whole other thing.
Yeah.
You know what? I don't want to get into political it's celebrity. It's political. It's a celebrity political because
the zombie apocalypse doesn't actually sound too horrible if you have the right survival skills. If you're physically fit or you have mechanical skills or anything, and especially weapons skills, you're actually going to be okay, I would think. I mean, most people in the zombie apocalypse, they're physically fit. They usually are pretty decent marksmen.
Well, look at what Dawn of the Dead. It's been a long time since I've seen that movie, but I remember, a really big Well, black guy. He was really big and like.
Yeah, the sheriff guy. Yeah, the shotgun.
Because granted, it's been a while. I'm sorry. You know, for all you people out there who've like, how could you forget that kind of stuff? But yeah, like if you're really big and like strong and you're physically fit and you're all good to go, you're good for the zombie apocalypse.
Yeah, I mean, definitely having driving skills, all that stuff. The zombie apocalypse is not nearly as bad as, say, an alien invasion, where our technology is going to be completely useless. I mean, in most alien invasion movies, our technology is useless, we're screwed, and it usually comes down to something that we never even thought of. Mm-hmm. Like our illnesses end up getting, a common cold ends up killing, like in War of the Worlds, or...
Yeah, I just...
Or Independence Day, where we just used a virus on them. It's like, really? A computer virus just took them down?
Yeah, and you know what? That's exactly what I was just going to say. When you mentioned War of the Worlds, you look at, okay, that would be a whole other type of apocalypse. You look at the alien apocalypse, the Martian apocalypse in this case, and the Martians come down, they kick our ass, we're like, holy crap, and what kills them? A freaking bacteria.
Always something stupid. It's always something pointless and stupid.
But then again, though, it's true, because I remember. You've seen the Tom Cruise one, right?
Right.
Well, like I thought it was.
They just died, and they were...
but the beginning, or was it at the end of the beginning, whatever? They talked about how humans had to fight to be able to survive in this world we call Earth. But when the aliens came down to try to conquer us, what happened? They freaking got their asses whooped by the simplest, most pathetic thing ever, but yet it's also the most powerful thing. Bacteria.
I think honestly the scariest apocalypse would be a vampire apocalypse. Just because vampires have got their brains, they're immortal, and they feast on our blood.
Yeah.
I mean, there's really not a lot we can do. If they take over, we're screwed.
But you know what? You know what would be cool? The only thing I'd like to see, if there really is a vampire apocalypse, I would like to see vampires get to a point where they kick our ass so much that they wipe us out, and then guess what's going to happen?
They're going to run out of food.
Exactly. They're going to wipe their asses out. So, you know what? It's a big screw you to the vampires.
Because by the time they figure it out that this is...
It's probably too late. Mm-hmm. And I'm sure you've probably, I'm sure...
Daybreakers.
Daybreakers. Yeah, that was what I was
Daybreakers
thinking
as the reference, because that's the only movie that I've seen that comes close to
that idea.
I mean, when we think of zombie apocalypse, there's billions of movies. There's more movies than I can count on all my hands and all my toes and all his hands and all his toes and just about everyone else. But vampire apocalypse, they don't really happen. They never get that far. We usually end up wiping out. Some vampire hunter ends up taking them out before it gets
too bad.
This movie starts out where they've already taken
over. Yeah, they've already taken over.
They have established. They own the night. They have tinted windows on everything. That's
when tinted windows are truly legal.
Yeah. Because vampires.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
But in the end, it comes down to the point where the vampires